Hello everyone, welcome to a special segment of Art Whisper 88. I apologize for omitting a critical segment yesterday. And as you know, we have a serious air quality warning here in the New York area. And yesterday my eyes were killing me. They were stinging and it was hard to keep my eyes open. So I omitted a critical segment here. I call it the blue ghost. It literally is a blue ghost. So I will put it back and so you can watch it. And I appreciate all you viewers who were very attentive and pointed it out. But before I do that, I want to show you my dirty brayers. And I tried soaking them. I went away for the weekend and I tried to soak them. And this has been soaking for like 3 days and it still looks a mess. So I have here this product called Citri Strip, which was recommended by several viewers. And I'm going to give it a try. Now I do refinishing for furniture, and I've used this product before, and I know it works, and it is fairly mild. It is not as caustic as other products, so I'm confident that this is not going to hurt the brayers. So I hope that by using this, I can peel all these layers off. You know that saying, you take care of your tools, and your tools will take care of you. And I came to a point where I just had it. I could not put up with this endless soaking in the sink. And since I cook for myself at home, my sink needs to be available at all times. So hopefully this will be a solution to this problem. Now there was another viewer who suggested to take a very sharp knife and score it this way. I don't like doing that because the knife will cut into the rubber surface, and that is permanent. So not doing that. So I'm going to let these guys sit. And I'm glad I saved these plastic trays. They come in very handy for jobs like this. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit for about half an hour and let this product work its magic. Okay, So I'm not in any way being compensated by this company. I'm just showing you what might work, and hopefully it will work. So, on with the show. Now, since the layer of paint is fairly heavy, I don't think it's necessary to leave this paper on too long. So let's see what we have. Very cool. Check this out. It warms up the print, and the texture is actually quite heavy. Makes it very interesting. So I will air dry and move on to the next step. Now, this is such a beautiful ghost print. I hate to waste it. I will use the paint that I had mixed up. Just make good use of it. And the rest would be teal. And maybe some graphite. By the way, this is Blick cold press watercolor paper. It has a beautiful texture and it is a very heavy paper, and it is reasonably priced per sheet. I will put the description in the box below. Because I always receive a lot of questions about what kind of paper I use. Now, I change papers from video to video depending on what I have available. Sometimes I will find some leftovers and make use of them. But as I had mentioned many times before, my favorite paper is Somerset, which is an English paper. I like it because it's soft, but it's very strong. And it has a nice handle. It handles very well. It's not stiff at all. Okay, so let me let this sit for a while I wash out my brayers. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's see what we have. This is really stuck on the plate, but hopefully it won't tear. I think it's a very beautiful texture. This might be a standalone, in fact. It's so totally different from what came before it. Very painterly. So I will air dry this again and figure out the next step. Okay, this is in keeping with my inability to leave well enough alone. This is for the last ghost print, and I am going to use some watered down black and make some marks. going to see what effect that does on this. I mean, this is already very richly textured, but I still think it needs more structure and some strong graphic element. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think it transferred very nicely. Very cool. I like this. I like the fact that it's very bold brushwork, but it's very controlled at the same time. And I love these textures. It has a lot to do with the watercolor paper. It has a beautiful, it has a nice tooth to it. I'll hold it up close to the camera later so you'll see. But I'm pretty happy with the result. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes and I'm going to start with the little guys. And as you can see, it protected my hands here. It seems to be working on the small Then I'm going to use a sharper instrument to clean out the ridges here. Or an old toothbrush will do. Okay. Because on the small rollers, the paint thickness is not that much. That's why it works on it. It's more of a challenge with the other brayers. Now I know this is a little labor intensive, but it sure beats spending more money on new brayers if you don't have to. And I learned my lesson the moment I finish using these guys. I should soak them ASAP and not wait. I should have a tub of soapy water next to me when I'm printing, so I don't have to go through this if I don't have to. Okay, I will rinse this later. I'll do that now. There. Yeah, it seems to be working. This one has a thicker layer of paint. This is a metallic paint. I'm going to use this plastic knife. See, I hesitate to use metallic blades because I don't want to, A, I don't want to hurt the brayer, and B, I don't want to cut myself. Yeah, I think a toothbrush is going to finish off the job. A toothbrush and soapy water. Okay, now we come to the more difficult ones. I may have to do this several times. The layer of paint is really thick. I'm using a plastic knife so I don't hurt the brayer. It seems to be working. And as you can see, it's a smart thing to have gloves, because this is rather messy business. But I can see the surface of the brayer showing through, beginning to show through. There's the other one. This one seems to be responding well. Yep, when the acrylic paint dissolves with the stripper, it becomes very slimy and it just peels right off. Okay, so I got most of the outer layers. Here's the last one. This is the worst one. As you can can see it has tons of layers of paint. But the black rubber surface is showing through, which means I've been able to scrape off the okay. So these need a second application. And this probably has to sit for another half hour, maybe more, whatever it takes. And just like with many procedures, just like shampoo, lather, rinse, repeat. Okay, so this will have to sit for another half hour to 45 minutes, and this should get rid of a lot of the layers. Okay, it's been about half an hour. Let me see how this turned out. Oh, much better. It's not as slimy. See, the shiny rubber surface is beginning to show up, and that's what I want to see after being covered by all those layers of paint. So you live and learn. I could have saved myself this aggravation if I had soaked my brayers right away after using them, instead of being lazy and letting them accumulate. There. This one worked out very well. Actually, the wrong side of the knife is more efficient than the serrated part. Yep, that does the job. It's doing what lots of soaking could not do. Okay, now we come to the final one, which is, there we go. That's more like it. Finally reached the base layer, which is the shiny black rubber part that's been hidden for under all these layers of paint. Now, for some reason, metallic paint is tough to get off. Maybe because it's the metallic powder that they use. I will rinse this in soapy water and see what the result will be. But I don't think it interferes with the function of the brayer. But as you can see, they are reasonably clean and smooth. Not 100%, but this is as good as it gets. Ready for another day of printing. This one was a tough one. I just have to do a little, spend a little more time and peel these guys off. This is very stubborn. So anyway, that's it for my cleaning session. I hope you found it oddly satisfying, because I did. It's very labor intensive, but I think it's necessary, and it will pay off when I use them again in my next printing session. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your patience, and I hope to see you next time.